athletes that make a living from doing this right here. And I think there's nothing more iconic or Australian than this, that you're on a beach, you've got the patrons up at the pub, as you can see in the background there, you've got the fans on the beach, you've got the boys in the water, and there he is, closest to screen, the Wriggler 2.0, Isaac Coscat Costello. And I'm a big fan of Isaac Costello, and he flies off the beach. Look at him go right through the middle there, that red board. Matt Bevilacqua, there is just an aura around him there, and he just gets going off the beach really quick, as well as the North Bondi there. So the gold tail, you can see there, the maroon skins, that's Matt Bevilacqua. Sorry, not the start that I thought Bevilacqua got. You can see him right in the middle of the pack. I don't think the panic alarm has set in for him yet, because he's going to find a spot. His best part of his race is on the way home. He picks up runs from anywhere, as we can see, to get to front. The local boy, North Bondi, what's he going to do? Can he get one home for the local crew? I can tell you now, you'll probably hear the bar erupt from the booth in here if they get one across the line. They will be cheering, Jess.
Well, he's having a fantastic board paddle at the moment, so fingers and toes crossed as the boys all head out to sea. Jackson Borg in there as well, having a great board paddle.
Yeah, Borgie is our, sorry to cut you off there, Jess. Borgie is our current MVP champion. So he's the current leader of the MVP standings. So the MVP standings, new initiative this year for the Summer of Surf. It's putting all the individual points together and creating what you could say is like the Brownlow medalist of our sport, or the Dally M medalist, the most high achieving overall athlete. And Jackson Borg currently is in the lead of that one. As we try to pick up who that young man is from North Bondi, it's Duke Wyland. So Duke Wyland there of North Bondi, still leading. Look at him flying across the back of the cans there. And here, Jet Kenny, also in the mix for the MVP. So he's looking for valuable points. He's not going to be in that Ironman final, so he knows he needs points on Borgie right here. As you can see, your man there, Jess, Isaac Costello, he's still wriggling away.
Still having a fantastic board paddle, as too is Harrison Stone from Manly as well. The sky blue cup there through the middle.
Now this is where I want to see the move. You can see here, just about to go past the inside can of that Jolin, Matt Bevilacqua. Look at the rating start to lift. This is where he makes his money. This is where he makes everything happen for himself. He's probably not in the most favourable position. As we look down the beach, we can see Duke Wyland there, Isaac Costello, Harry Stone, the lay-down paddlers. You see this so often in flat conditions. The lay-down paddlers, they just seem to be able to wriggle away from the rest of the field, but they're not going to be the only ones on this front wave. Look at this wave come on through, Jess.
There's a little bit of a run for the boys, possibly a Swansea Belmont cap in there as well, as they're just trying to pull down this. I don't know that it's going to break, but the boys are pushing as hard as they can. It is the Swansea Belmont cap. Kai Taylor, the
young gun, he's coming up and through, but Matt Bevilacqua comes from nowhere, comes from the clouds. You got 4 on this leading wave. Matt Bevilacqua gets off into deep water. Kai Taylor, Swansea Belmont, flying across the sand. It's going to be the Nova Castrian. It's going to be the young man, Kai Taylor. Phenomenal board paddler. Matt Bevilacqua gets off in that deep water.
Oh yeah, definitely. This definitely tops Aussies, just against all the opens and everyone. Just a big achievement.
How does it feel to be not only stepping on the start line against some of the greatest athletes in the sport, but to be pulling out a performance like that as well?
Oh, definitely. It just shows, for the rest of the season, the benchmark and where I have to be. And definitely just train harder for Aussies.
We see so many great board paddlers from Swansea Belmont, especially at the moment as that next generation comes through. What does that do for your paddling to be able to train against some of these guys?
Oh, mate, they're world class. Everyone just gives it their all the time. Can't have a break, I tell you that.
Well, Flynn, you've certainly earned one now. Congratulations. Flynn Hamilton from Swansea Belmont, the winner of the LSKD board race.
Cheers, thanks so much.
And coming up, we've got the Shaw and Partners race recap. And apologies there to Flynn Hamilton. He deserves everything that he gets right there. And apologies for getting his name wrong. But he's definitely one name that I've got in my book now and won't forget anytime soon. Because to paddle like that against the class field and to come up with a victory on top is something else. As we see him there, neck to neck with the world board champion. You've just knocked off the world board champion. He says, it's better than Aussies. How does that put this summer of surf competition, where does it put it in the pecking order of surf sports?
Well, better than Aussies.
How good's that? Better than Aussies. So for the young man, Flynn Hamilton, he's just said better than Aussies. I love that. It's a great honour to be able to call him across the line. And I do apologise as he gets off there, off the front of the board as well. What a finish from the young man. He sort of rode it like a surfboard and jumps off the front. Unfortunately there for Bevilacqua, he gets off in a little bit of a deeper water. The claim across the line, like I said, we love the claimers. We've got the boys on the podium now with Sammy.
What a class board race as well. Stu, you were mentioning some of the names that we've got there and some of the titles that they've got to their names as well. That is an incredible performance of Flynn Hamilton from Swansea Belmont to top them all.
So we are back with a We Are Feel Good Inc. sunscreen surf race. And I hate to be a broken record and to keep repeating myself, but you've got Lizzie Wellborn in there, Lily Finardi. You've got Naomi Scott. She's my tip for this over the summer surf tipping comp. You've got Australian champion Georgia Miller. You've also got in there Emily Doyle and the girls from Newport. Cooks Hill there as well. That's Heather from Cooks Hill. It's a star-studded field, as we're just going to say over and over again. I hate to sound like a broken record and keep harping on about these athletes that are going to be at the pointy end, but it's just the class of these athletes. That's how good they are, Jess.
And they're in the hands of the starters as they head off now out to sea. A long, flat swim.
Yeah, this is a tough swim. It's probably, when you look at it on the beach and you go, all right, I'm going to be able to swim in and around the cans, you sort of turn up to the beach and you hope that there's going to be a bit of a wave on, a bit of a swell. Know that you can sort of bust your guts out to the can, turn for home and look for a wave for a bit of an assistance. These girls know it's really about the swimming out there today, and it's not so much about the surf skills. And for some of these girls, it really plays into their strengths. Someone that I think plays into its strength completely is Naomi Scott. She's a phenomenal swimmer. She's got surf skills, don't get me wrong about that, but this is something where she's going to really come to the forefront here, and we can see leading out in that sky blue Manly cap, but right on her tail, it's none other than Georgia Miller. So Georgia Miller and Naomi Scott side by side. They're just eyeballing each other at the moment. It's funny that the girls are side by side and they're both sort of breathing away from each other. So they know that they're there. They can feel the presence. It's intangible, but they're just not really wanting to get involved in each other's games or each other's tactics. They're sort of just almost like leading the